Alright, here's my 4 tins. This one is basically, I'm making char cloth out of this. This tin is the little round 100% cotton discs used for cosmetics. I cut them in half and put the flat side down inside and packed them in really tight. Still need to put a hole up here. This one I'm not going to do char cloth, but I want to show you. I started my fire using this. Basically, not this fire, but basically this is Vaseline soaked cosmetic pads. Same thing as what I have in here. This one is a terry cloth wash towel, an old one that my wife gave me permission to tear down, and we're going to turn it into char cloth. Here we have an empty one, and I want to try something, an experiment here, and basically I'm going to take cattails and see if there's any way I could pack this with the cattails without them coming completely up, falling completely apart on me like they would normally do. Let's break the stem off here. Lovely cattail all over the place. Let me go grab my knife. Okay, I got my brand new cold steel knife, and nope, obviously that's not going to work. This is what I'm trying to avoid doing, is the cattail just totally exploding, which, believe me, is not easy to do. So at this point I think I'm just going to try to strip it off and see how much of it I can get packed in here. Now, the reason I'm doing this one is because I'm trying to find something. If you're out in the woods and you're down to your last pair of whatever that's cotton, you don't want to tear it up. Wow, this stuff really explodes. Then you need an alternative to utilize. So need to figure some way to get it off of here without it exploding like this. Alright, that's about as tightly packed in there as I'm going to be able to get it without going with machinery. Okay. Well, it's packed tight enough that it's trying to reopen itself again. So, now we're going to put the hole in the top. Just a really small hole. Doesn't have to be anything big. Like so. And this one right here still needs a hole. Like so. Alright, and let's go put these on the fire and start them cooking. Alright, got the, let's see, this is the one with the terry towel, this is the one with the cotton pads, and this is the one with the cat's tail in it. Now, to what extent this will work, I'm not for sure yet, but I'm sure that we can produce enough heat here to get them to work. And we'll be back when they're done. Okay, these are just about done. As you can see, this one here still has smoke coming out the hole, which means it's still gasifying. And what is coming out of there, the gas coming out of there, can actually be used to run vehicles on a larger scale. And if you send me an email, I will send you the FEMA instructions on how to build a gasifier to run a tractor, pretty much run any type of internal combustion engine. Except I don't think it works on diesel, mostly gasoline type engines. But once it's done, smoking out that little hole, then you have char cloth. But we don't want to get it that far because we don't want it to completely 100% turn to char cloth. So we're going to go ahead and remove this one. And this right here should be about done also. Alright. I want to let these cool off for a little bit, and then we'll open them up. Alright. We have our 3 Altoid cans with their made up as the Tinderboxes. I have 3 bird's nests. All we have to do is just get the bird's nest to light. We don't have to get what's in here to actually flame up. So let's see here. Which one we got here? This one was the towel, the hand cloth. So it's done right. Should be able to just do a couple of sparks in here. And as you can see right there, we have coals. And if we just put this on here and close that up, and we have fire.
Hey.
Simple. Now, we don't have to make more char cloth immediately because we still have what's left in the box, which is already snuffed out. Do be careful because the box can get hot depending upon how much of the char cloth actually catches. Let me get rid of the smoker. Alright, so that was the terry towel. Next we're going to do the cotton balls, or the cotton pads. Let's see if this one right here will light as easily as the other one did. Now if you notice, it's more black down here than it is on this end, so this is where we're going to concentrate our spark. And
yeah.
Well, let's see if we can get it here closer to the top. There we go. Now this bundle here is kind of damp, so we're going to get a really good idea of how well this will work. Yep. Like I said, this one is really damp. Let's see here. Let's get some of this broken up on the right here on the inside. Broken up really, really, really good. Yeah. This is very damp. The other one was quite dry.
Probably what your wife collected.
Let's see. Okay, that's already gone out. So we're going to have to spark it again. second thought, no, it has not. Now, you notice I made a lot of surface area right here for the center section. Well, guess if it's too damp, it's not going to light no matter what. Okay, well, if all else fails, take some of it and plug it in directly to it. Close your lid down, save what you still got in there. Wrap it up in your bird's nest. Oh, there we go. So, ouch. Okay, be very careful. Fire does burn. And as you can see, it did start it off, but with the cotton material, we had to actually put it inside, but the material here that we're using, the grass, is damp. So the moisture level makes a huge difference. And let me go put this on the other fire. Okay. Last but not least, word of warning and lessons learned. When working with cattails, don't do it where you normally work. Take it off somewhere else because there's still cattail seeds all over the porch over here. So, you saw the mess as I packed it in here, and now, check that out. That is exactly what we want. It's packed. It's not floating out all over the place. And
still there.
It's still there. And let's see how well it takes a spark. Okay, we've got that come to life.
Should we tell them the wind all came up?
Make a little extra surface area here. Well, looks like we're going to have to do the same thing with this one. Take some of it out. Get it down inside. All right. Just a little bit more of it. is this char cloth. It's got heat to it, so okay, there we go. Yes. And I think I singed a few hairs that time. Alright, so, and as you can see, we had the heat on this end of it, so this bottom part right here is hot, but the top's not because it was open. And as you can see, we got flame, and guess what? Even though I had to dig it out and put it in, I still have only used not even a quarter of it. So I still have this much left to work with. And if I get some really damp stuff that's got to dry out a bit before it will start, I've got this whole process here to work with. And since this was made with cattails, it's an easy to find if you're near water, lakes, ponds, so on and so forth. Cattail's not hard to find. Close the lid, snuff it out. So not that one. The cotton balls, not so much good. It did work, and as you see, if we keep the spark down on this end, as it burns, it's going to continue charring the rest of the cotton as we go along. So not all this is char yet, but as we burn it here, it's going to turn into char as it's used. And I would say we probably have 2, 3, maybe 4 more ignitions in here. This one, well, you can see that we barely used it. Not all of it is totally char cloth, which is the same concept. It'll turn into char cloth as we use it, but the char is actually on the outer edge. And as you notice, we barely even used this one, and I was actually able to start the bird's nest without digging any of it out. So
it being
the bird's nest.
No, the washcloth.
The washcloth. So the washcloth terry towel seems to be the best one out of the 3 here. But these 2 were also used with grass that was a bit more damp than what I used for the terry towel. And that's it. Leave your comments and everything below. Thank you.